If you've been trying to learn Thai, there's one word that you've probably heard a lot. Chai, which means hard, but depending which word you combine it with, it can mean so many different things. Hi, I'm Lizzie, I'm half Thai, half Austrian, and if you grow up with one language but are constantly exposed to one other, you will see a different meaning and understanding behind some words. But it also shows that a language that's so hard to learn like Thai can actually make so much sense. In this video, I'm breaking down 16 Thai words with the word chai, what they actually mean, how locals use them in real conversation, and how this one word tells you so much about how Thai people think and express emotions. So let's get started. Alright, so there's 15 of them, so I'm gonna summarize them in 3 buckets. The first one is gonna be emotions, the second one are adjectives that describe characters, and the third one is about relationships and social concepts. Okay, let's start with a very easy one. As you already know, the word chai means heart. Let's talk about being heartbroken. That's very simple because it's the same in English. A broken heart. The word for broken in Thai is sia. So when you want to say something hurts you say sia chai. Obviously, you can say this in the context of love, so the same as in Thai, but you can also say it in like a more funny way. So someone could be heartbroken because their favorite book got made into a movie and it's just not as good. Or someone can be sia chai because the best friend is leaving town, something like that. So it's the same as in English. Another very easy one is di chai. D translates as good. You might have heard it in sabai di mai, which is the D in like good. So it's the word for good. And a good heart, di chai, means that someone's happy. It's not to be confused with chai di, which I come to in the next category, but di chai means that someone's really happy. So when I came to visit my grandma and surprise her for her birthday, she was di chai mag, very happy. Another one, and I find this super funny because it fits so well. It's called tok chai. And maybe you've had it before where you walk around the corner and someone just like freaks you or something just startles you and you feel like your heart stops. In Thai, the heart doesn't stop, it falls. Tok chai, the fallen heart. So when someone is tok chai, it's like really startled, really surprised because your heart fell. Like it's so surprising that your heart literally fell. You might have also heard the word sabai. Sabai is a very common Thai word and it literally translates as comfortable, but it can also be kind of a concept of like, yeah, just comfort, like relaxed. And you will see a lot of spas called sabai, some hotels called sabai. Maybe you heard Thai people say sabai, sabai. It's like, it's all relaxed, it's all nice, chill, this kind of stuff. Sabai chai would literally translate as a comfortable heart, but it also means that someone's very at ease, someone has a very peaceful mind, sabai chai. And this one is so beautiful. It's called paw chai. And it's when someone's happy, but more like satisfied, like having a full heart. And the word for paw is enough. Paw on its own you might have when someone's trying to give you more food and you're like, oh, paw now, it's already enough. Paw chai actually is like your heart is enough. So you're satisfied. All right, let's talk about the next category, the character traits. And maybe you notice here that the chai is at the beginning of the word, not at the end. So yes, we're combining 2 words. And in the first category, we had the other word and chai, sabai chai, di chai. Now we have chai first. And the first one I want to start with is chai di, which I already mentioned before. We had di chai, which means happy, and now we have chai di, which means the heart is good. In the first category, we described an emotion. In the second category, we're describing a character trait. And here it's the heart that is being described. In English, when we describe something, we have the adjective before the noun. So we would say the blue car. And in Thai, we say the opposite. We say the car blue. So in this second category, we're actually describing the heart of a person, which is then characterized for the person that you're describing. So chai di, the good heart. So don't confuse it with di chai, which means happy. Chai di, heart good, which would translate as good heart, describes a good, kind person. So you could say something like,แม่หนูใจดีมาก, which means that my mom is very kind-hearted. My dad, on the other hand, would probably say that my mom is very chai lon. Lon means hot, and you might hear it with like when you order a hot latte. It's latte lon. And I know a lot of people are arguing if it's an L or an R, and it is actually written with a rö, which is the R as in the word rö, which is both, which sounds a little bit more like an R, but if you speak with an average Thai person, it doesn't really matter if it's an L or an R. From what I noticed is the faster they speak, the more likely it's an L. If they speak very slowly, it's an R. So if you ask them, oh, can you repeat that word? They might say it very slowly and then it will sound like ron. But then when you hear them in conversation, they might say lon. And I know a lot of people are making fun about Asian peoples with the L and the R. honestly, Thai has so many different tonal words, and ma is all a different word. So don't make fun of them. It's one letter that is very similar in Thai language that sometimes even turns into an N. So if you think about the L and the tongue position when you say the word L and the R, it's very similar except for that the tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. And I think because of that, it's very easy to mix up an L and an R. And often when the L or the R is written at the end of a sentence, it actually turns into an N in the Thai language. So don't feel like too harsh on yourself if you're saying chai-ron or chai-lon. It's the same thing. But basically what it means is that someone has a hot heart, which means that they're very impatient, hot-tempered. So that's how my dad would describe my mom. My mom, on the other hand, would have said that my dad is very chai-yen. Yen means cold. And again, the same way as you can have a latte ron, a hot latte, you can also have an iced latte yen. And one of my favorite coffees in Thailand is S yen, which is short for espresso yen, so a cold espresso. But in Thailand, it's not just a plain espresso shot. They add a bit of milk and a little bit of condensed milk, which makes it a tiny bit sweet. So yeah, anyway, yen means cold. So when your heart is cold, it's not as you would think in the Western way that someone has a cold heart, that they're a bad person or that they have no feelings. It's more that the heart is cold, it's relaxed, it's easygoing. So the way Thai people use it is when someone's being very heated or very nervous, you can say, chai yen yen, mai ben lai. It's like you can relax, it's no problem, things like that. And again, to emphasize something, you can just repeat the words. So instead of just chai yen, you can say chai yen yen. So it's like emphasizing that they can cool down. Maybe you didn't know this about me, but I'm a freelancer and I'm a digital nomad. So if you're curious about how to make money online as a freelancer, go check out my podcast. Or if you want to know what it's like to be a digital nomad, you can also check out some of my other videos. And if you want a little bit of a mix of work and travel, go sign up to my newsletter. I usually talk about a lesson that I learned in the past week, and I shout out one of my favorite coffee shops, which is usually a work-friendly and laptop-friendly coffee shop. But yeah, let's go back to the main video. The next word I'm going to teach you is chai kwang, and that's a word that's also quite new to me. Kwang means wide. For example, a door can be kwang, like the door can be wide open. And when someone is chai kwang, so they have a wide heart, it means that they're open-minded, generous. On the other hand, if you want to describe a narrow-minded person, you say that they have a narrow heart. So chai kap. Chai kap is narrow heart. Okay, let's go to the third category, which is to describe social concepts or something you can call someone, like a relationship. And maybe you call your special person wan chai. And as you notice here, the chai word is again in the end, not at the front. So when someone is wan chai, it's a sweetheart. It literally translates as sweetheart, honey, darling. So it's a sweetheart. Wan chai. The next word is kind of like a change of mind. And I find it funny because in the Western world, we call it a change of mind. And sometimes you would also call it a change of heart. But in Thai, they say plian chai. So it's like you're replacing. Like for me personally, I find the word plian, if you would put it into Google, it probably translates as change. I don't know why, but in my head, it's more like exchanging. It's more like a swapping against something else rather than just changing. I'm not sure if that makes any sense in English as well, but if you change something, it is turning into something else. Whereas for me personally, plian sounds more like an exchange, like a swap, like plian sửa pa. It's like I'm swapping my clothes. Like in English, we would say I'm changing my clothes, but in Thai, in a way, the way my head works, I think of it more like swapping my clothes, like with something that I already have rather than it turning to something else. So when I plian chai, it's a change of heart. And maybe it's a swapping of heart. I'm not sure. I don't know if this nuance makes a difference. Anyway, plian chai basically means a change of heart. So it's very similar to English, but I would say that in English, you actually say more that you change your mind rather than that you change your heart. And one thing that I find very interesting about Thai, it's just my personal observation rather than a fact, but I find Thai language is more on the emotional level rather than the rational level, which is the perfect bridge for the next word, which is khao chai. The word khao is to enter. So khao kang nai, go inside. And if something enters your heart, it means that you understand. Khao chai. Maybe you hear this a lot when you travel somewhere and they're like, khao chai mai? It's like, do you understand? It actually translates as, did it enter your heart? And again, that's more on the emotional. Like if you understand someone in the Western world, I think you would think of it like on the brain. Like, do you understand their rationale? Do you understand why they're doing what they're doing? Whereas in Thai, it doesn't go into the brain, it goes into the heart. Like, it's more like a I feel you, I understand you. And it's so beautiful when you khao chai, when you understand. Okay, guys, two more words left. The next word, and it's also as beautiful as khao chai. And it's very similar because when you khao chai, you kind of enter, you go in there. Whereas if you why chai, you put it in there. Why is like to place, to put. So, for example, if you would go shopping or something and my mom would have some spare cash, she would tell me to hold it for a little bit and then she would be like, get why, which is like keep to it, like put it away, like hold on to it. And why is to kind of like to place something somewhere. So if you place something in the heart, it means trust. You trust it, which in Thai means wai chai. It's like you place it in the heart. Khao chai is it enters your heart, you understand. Wai chai is you actively put it into your heart, which is so beautiful. So you choose what you put in. You choose that you trust that person. You choose that this person has a place in your heart and that you trust them. Okay, final word. And that one is very difficult to explain in a foreign language, in my opinion. And that is the word Greng Jai. And Greng Jai is describing the feeling that you don't want to make someone else feel uncomfortable. And the word Greng on its own, I'm not really sure what it means. It's probably like a bit worrying or fearful, something like that. So if your heart is a little bit, it's the opposite from Sabai Jai. You know, it's like you're not comfortable with your heart. You're unsure what to do. And it's this weird feeling where maybe both of you are like, oh, do you want to go out tonight? And maybe both of you actually want to stay at home, but then you're like, oh yeah, let's go. And you don't actually want to go, but you will feel bad to say no to your friend. So you go out even though you don't want to. Even your friend didn't want to go out, but they are asking because they think you want to go out. And then both of you are at that party and none of you actually wanted to party. You just wanted to be home and watch a movie or something and chill. But because you were too Greng Jai, you didn't say what you actually wanted. You were saying and doing what you thought the other person wanted. And that's a very common thing in Thai culture. And that's why I think everyone says Thai people are so nice and so polite and so laid back. It's because the Greng Jai concept. They just wouldn't dare to say something that would make you feel uncomfortable. If you're in a restaurant and there's like one person who's making a scene or whatever, no Thai person would go up to them and be like, hey, can you be quiet? We're trying to have a nice dinner. They wouldn't, because they would know that it would make that person who's making the scene uncomfortable to be called out in front of everyone. So they don't want to put someone else in discomfort. So they are rather going to be uncomfortable themselves before they do this to another person, which again is why I think so many tourists have come to Thailand and just did like crazy stuff, riding on top of a tuk-tuk, like during Songkran, which is the Thai New Year festival, and people bless each other. And water has a very big meaning there because it's also the beginning of the rainy season. And it's normal that people get wet, like everyone is soaking everyone with water guns and stuff. But there's just a certain common sense of what to not make wet. Like you wouldn't spray a child that has no, like a toddler that cannot walk or something. Like you might spray a car or something when they are in the parade, but you wouldn't open someone's car door and spray the driver. Like that's so unsafe. Or inside the taxi, you know, like, and that's exactly what happened in Phuket last year. And this whole concept of Greng Chai, in a way, it's super polite, but it also is harming Thai people because they wouldn't say something. And I feel like they should say more because so many people are coming here and just doing whatever they want. And it hurts me. It's like very sad to see a culture, a country that is so welcoming to people and they put themselves into discomfort so that you are having a great time. That the people that are here and are having that great time, they don't seem to care about the Thai people and how it impacts them. So in a way, yeah, it makes me very angry. It just went into a tangent. But Goreng Chai is basically that concept that your heart is a little bit in discomfort. So you would rather the person has what they have. So you don't have to call them out. So you don't feel uncomfortable. And it can also be small things like when I'm at my grandma's and my uncle offers me more food and I say, oh, I'm good, I have enough. And they're like, Goreng Chai lu pao, which is like, Are you just saying this because you're actually full, or are you just too shy to ask for more, So it can also be in that context. All right, you made it to the end, which means I'm very DJ. I'm very happy. I went into a tangent in the end, but I also think it's important to know. If you enjoyed this video, you will very likely want to watch this one next, which is about the memory hacks about Thai language. So a couple of fun phrases that you can use when you visit in Thailand, so it's easier for you to learn Thai. And if you don't want to learn more Thai, maybe whatever the YouTube algorithm thinks is best for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in one of these videos next. Bye!